What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new news video. Today what I got for you guys is we're going to be talking about the Season 6 update, which is going to be the last seasonal update we are going to be receiving for the life cycle of Modern Warfare 2. Based on all the information that we have so far for Season 6, it seems like this might be the best update that we're going to be getting for MW2. Just to prove that, with the Season 5 Reloaded update, the update was around 50 to 60 gigabytes, even more for some players, and most of that was not even content for Season 5 Reloaded. It was actually an update to prepare for Season 6 with all the brand new Halloween operators, the animated camos, and all the details that they've added into the back end of the file. So that tells you how much is going to go into Season 6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to section off the video into different parts in regards to Season 6. So if you've heard of something already, or if you've seen something, you can skip that part and check out all the new information and the new content that we have. But if you find today's video informative or helpful at any point, consider hitting that subscribe button so you always stay up to date on the latest Call of Duty news and updates. Over 80% of our viewers are not yet subs, so make sure you sub so you never miss out on any COD updates. But anyways, before we get into today's topic, a quick word from our sponsor, Messy Modding Store. It's a store that provides any and all Call of Duty services. They can even get you exclusive operators and bundles such as the Nuke Operator, the Burger King, as well as the Ghillie outfit. For the most reliable and swift Call of Duty services, check out Messy Modding. The link will be down in the description. As of right now, we're just a little bit over 2.5 weeks away from this brand new update. It's going to be taking place on September 27th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Around an hour before that is when we get the usual patch notes, where they give us the updates, the weapon balance changes, all the new adjustments. If there's any map updates, any of that new stuff, we usually get an hour before the actual update goes live. And then the update goes live, and then you get to play it and download the update. But if you're on PlayStation, you usually are able to download this update a couple hours prior to it. While the rest of us will have to wait until 9 a.m. to start the download. But one thing I do want to let you know is a week before the update actually goes live is when we're going to receive our official roadmap. This happens with every big seasonal update. The Reloaded updates, they have random schedules where it'll be like 2 or 3 days before. But with the seasonal updates, so not this week, but next week, we are going to be receiving a full roadmap. We'll have details on the operators, maybe some more information on the battle pass, and all that is going to be arriving on September 20th. That's usually around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's the current scheduling that we have for this update. Now, one thing I want to talk about is going to be the theme. So it seems like Season 6 is going to be the last update we're getting for MW2, and that's going to be tying in the Modern Warfare 2 storyline and the ending of that into Modern Warfare 3 and transitioning us over. So you can think of Season 6 as a transitional season, which most likely will tell you that the theme is probably going to be Coney related, probably has to do with Makarov. Think of the Shadow Siege event sort of as just an introduction. So we just got introduced to the Coney group, we got to see Makarov, we got to see Ivan and Nolan, which we are going to talk about in just a second. It was just introducing that whole Coney group to us and the storyline and all that. Now Season 6 is probably going to give us a more in-depth detail and more information on exactly what's going on with the storyline, what they plan on doing with the stuff that they stole, and how it's going to transition over into MW3 and what's going to be going on with that. So that's what you can expect in terms of the theme for this season. I know a lot of you guys have seen that haunting event video that I talked about. That's going to be a big event that will be taking place in Season 6, but the problem is that's not going to be the theme for the entire season. This is just going to be one big event that we're going to receive within that season. So that means around the October time that we have is going to be when the haunting event goes live. I've already talked about it and discussed all the details that you need to know about that event. So if you missed that video, check it out. But just to summarize everything, we are going to be getting a bunch of brand new licensed collab operators. There's going to be a brand new event. There's going to be map updates. There's going to be new features, new things coming in, which are all going to be themed under Halloween and all of that good stuff. So that's going to be happening towards the end of October when that arrives. But Season 6 is going to be happening at the end of September. So we're going to have an entire month until that haunting event. So that means Season 6 is going to be a completely different theme, and it's going to have a lot of different content coming in, and the battle pass itself is not going to have Halloween operators. That brings us on into the operators and what to expect. So we have Ivan and Nolan. These were actually leaked during Season 4 along with Oz, and we talked about how they were going to be coming in potentially during Season 5, and then when the Season 5 update dropped, we actually got to see Oz, and he was the main character along with Graves. He was a Tier 1 and Tier 100, and then we got to see Ivan and Nolan in the Shadow Siege event, which means that they are potentially going to be the main characters of the Season 6 Battle Pass. We'll get to see a Tier 1 variant of them, potentially in the Tier 100 variant, but as of right now, it's not 100% confirmed. Remember, with these leaks, anything is subject to change. These are the only operators that are named by name. Like at the time, we're like, who the heck is Oz? Who's Nolan? Who's Ivan? And now suddenly we know exactly who they are. But I do trust those leaks, and they have been pretty accurate so far, so I can't imagine that they are going to be upcoming operators. The question is, what outfits and what things are they going to have. One of the biggest things that a lot of people have been requesting, and COD has been teasing this quite a while now, is the Shadow Company Milsim operators. We got to see Ivan and Nolan in the Shadow Company gear, so they could potentially come in as that fit as, like, say, the tier 1 of the battle pass, and that I feel like would be a big win, especially if they have the mask on and they're covered and it looks exactly like the regular Shadow Company Milsim operators. That could be a potential way that we can get them finally in the battle pass. I know a lot of people have been requesting whether they want to see it in the store or see it in the battle pass. COD has been teasing it nonstop with like photos, trailers. We even got to play as them multiple times, whether it's in DMZ or in the Shadow Siege event in itself. With Season 6 being the last update, this is the last opportunity for them to add one of the most highly requested operator outfits throughout the entirety of Modern Warfare 2. So that could be a potential thing. There's no leaks or any information regarding that so far. But I did notice the fact that both Ivan and Nolan were wearing different variants of the Shadow Company Milsim gear. So potentially if they are going to be operators coming in the battle pass, they'll still look different from each other, so they won't be wearing the same exact stuff. So in my opinion, they could potentially add both these variants into the battle pass. Each character will still look different from the other one rather than the same exact operator skin 2 times. That's just something that I wanted to keep you in mind of, but these are the 2 operators that we know of in terms of the actual theme and the battle pass in itself. And although Season 6 will potentially be Coney themed, I don't see Makarov being added into a bundle or maybe into the store. They're probably going to be saving him for Modern Warfare 3. The only way as of right now you can get an operator for Makarov is if you get the $100 version of Modern Warfare 3. So I think they're going to keep it that way so they can keep him all exclusive and all that. Going on to the next set of operators that you'll be able to get during Season 6 are going to be the licensed ones. So these are only going to be available in the store. They almost always will cost you 2,400 COD points. They will have tracer effects on them, and then also they do arrive usually around the Reloaded updates. So potentially Season 6 Reloaded, we are going to see these, and they are Halloween themed this season, so they have to do with the haunting event and all that. But the very first one that we have is going to be Ash Williams from Evil Dead. He's going to be making his way into the store. The second one that we have is going to be Spawn from the comics. It seems like this is a very popular bundle, so as soon as I talked about this, majority of you guys said you wanted to get this bundle out of all of them. But the third one that we have is going to be Alucard. He's going to be from Hellsing Anime, so this is going to be technically, I guess, an anime bundle that's going to be coming in as well. And then the last operator bundle that we have is going to be Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. So this is also going to be from like an animated show as well. So these are all the operators that we have that are going to be licensed this season, which I'm not going to lie is a very big selection. But if you want more details on the haunting event, the modes and all that stuff, check out the video. The link will be in the description. But other than that, there's also going to be some brand new weapons that we're going to be receiving this time around. So there's a total of 3 weapons that have been leaked so far. The very first one is going to be called the ISO 9. This one is basically the ISO from Modern Warfare. I know it's questionable how they bring in these weapons that are very similar to each other. Like we just received the ISO 45, which is an SMG as well. Just to clarify, it is going to be a little bit different from the other ISO. This one is going to have a different fire rate, different stats. All that stuff is going to be different. Think of it sort of like how the Lockman Shroud and the Lockman Sub are different from each other. They can also have different attachments from each other. The next weapon that we have is going to be the Dual Commas melee weapon. This one makes sense to me because the Halloween theme that we're going to end up getting later on into the season. So potentially this one might be unlocked via an event or some sort of a challenge. So it might not be available for you right away at the start, or it might not even be available in the battle pass in itself. So we do know the only 3 ways that they can introduce these weapons at first is going to be either through the battle pass, through the classified battle pass sector as well, or through an event challenge that we've seen with like the crossbow and things like that in the past. But that's going to be the second one. The third one that we have is going to be an LMG finally, which took a while, but this is going to be the Bruin MK9 from Modern Warfare, making a return here. So this is a very popular LMG that is going to be coming back. And this one might be very straightforward to unlock. It'll just probably be in the battle pass for you to get. But these are the 3 that have been leaked so far. I'm not sure if there's going to be a 4th or a 5th weapon as of right now, but haven't been any mention of any other one. So there might be some more surprises. Who knows? But going on to the next topic that we have, this has to do with like the multiplayer side of things. So we are going to be receiving a brand new map, maybe multiple maps, honestly. And then we might be getting some new modes as well. As of right now, nothing has been leaked so far. The only information that we know of is a couple months ago when devs did an interview, they did say that they were going to be bringing in competitive maps for the last 3 maps that we are going to be receiving in MW2. They're going to dedicate them towards close quarter combat. And they're going to be following the competitive route, so there might be 2 to 3 different routes that you can take, and that's going to be the style that they have dedicated themselves towards. for the last 3 maps. Now, we don't know how many maps we're going to get with this update, so we might get 1 or 2 of them. Maybe DRC Zone 1 for this season was one of those 3 maps, but I'm expecting maybe at least 2, so 1 right off rip with Season 6, and then 1 maybe during Reloaded, and then there's going to be the other ones like battle maps that they bring in from Al Mazrah, and then there's going to be the gunfight maps and the smaller ones. But don't expect any remakes from the OG MW2 because those are being saved for Modern Warfare 3, so if we do get remakes, it might be from COD 4, it might be from Modern Warfare 3, I don't exactly know, but yeah, that's what they've mentioned. They might even be original ones as well. But going on to the next thing that I want to talk about is going to be DMZ. So DMZ is not going to get any more support as we know of right now after Season 6. So we have Season 6, Season 6 Reloaded, and these are the last updates that we're going to receive for DMZ, because it seems like devs have hinted that DMZ is no longer going to get any more support based on the reasoning that there's too much things that they are focusing on and worrying about. For example, Treyarch is focused on the zombies for MW3, and they're also worried about their Call of Duty title, which is coming out in 2024. And then you have other studios working on the multiplayer. You have other studios working on the Warzone side of things. And it seems like they're already stretched too thin as it is, and then just trying to support DMZ even more would be a big issue for them. So it seems like they might just be cutting it off here with Modern Warfare 2. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be playable or not after MW3 comes out, or what's going to happen entirely and exactly sure. But for now, let's focus on what content we're going to get for Season 6. So I am expecting a brand new boss because this is the last update. We're going to get a brand new boss. Hopefully there will be a weapon case involved with this brand new boss. We do know with the Haunting event, there's going to be a boss that's going to be introduced, some sort of a mummy. They did say Valak. Some people said mummy. Not exactly sure which boss, but it seems like there will be one at some point. And then with that boss, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be different things to do. There's probably going to be a new exclusion zone. We do have a nighttime variant of Al Mazrah coming in, so that might also be introduced to DMZ as well. And that might be even more content for us to play and to grind for. But what are your thoughts and opinions on that? Do you think that we're going to need a huge DMZ overhaul for the finale of Season 6? I hope that we see that. I haven't seen them do any big updates or show much love to DMZ as a whole in general from these last couple updates. I mean, Season 5 Reloaded, the only brand new thing we got for DMZ was Shadow Company tier missions. That was literally it. Nothing brand new. The rewards weren't even that good. And then they also introduced a very, very hard challenge to complete with the Serpentine camo. But other than that, I hope that maybe they will add in a new exclusion zone or do some more changes and updates like that for DMZ. But as of right now, the only leak that we had was there was going to be a boss and there was going to be some sort of map changes in regards to the Haunting event. But anyways, this is pretty much everything that we have so far in regards to Season 6. As we get closer to the update, we will have even more information. Obviously, with the Season 6 roadmap coming out in around a week and a half, I will have even more content to share with you guys. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you always stay up to date on the latest Call of Duty news and updates. But anyways, that's all that I got for you guys in today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.